Hello, lovely people. Visokii Entertainment here. Brady, Charlie, I think joining us soon. Let me turn you down, Charlie, because I forgot to, and you're kind of screaming at me.
Oh, right. True. Yeah, Garrett's been AFK for about 25 minutes, so.
So we're going, because if you guys haven't seen, if you haven't been looking at the Twitters, your boy Brady doing what the people wanted. Oops, my chess match fell out. I abandoned the game. Oops. Your boy Brady over here. I've been watching Survivor, Charlie. I watched the premiere night, and then I'm ready.
Oh, yeah?
For tonight. It's pretty good. The guy that looks just like me went home.
Are you going podcast?
I plan on it. Yeah.
Wow, sweet. I'll get on a thumbie for you. A little thumbnail action for you.
Yes, dab.
Get it popping.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down. It looks like a good Survivor season. There's some really, really cool people in there. Still getting a feel for some of them. The same tribe won the first 2 challenges. So usually you don't get much storyline around the tribe that wins the challenges because there's no one in danger of going home. So we haven't really seen much storyline out of the other tribe yet, but hoping that at some point soon here, they'll do a tribe swap or something. But we've already got people finding idols and stuff. It's good stuff. So look out for the show review tonight at 9 o'clock. I believe it's on at 8. If it's on now, I guess I'm screwed. But I'll check. I'll check what we're talking. But we had some wrestling this week.
Yeah, man. We had another good week of Raw. Like Raw, just creatively, they keep. And this is a lot of people's issue with SmackDown. It's just they're not creative, and Raw has been creative now for weeks. Like there's been creative things going on that keep you into it, and it's really telling between the two shows. Like one show is a good wrestling show, and the other, it's hard to believe it's by the same company.
Which is weird because about a year ago it was flipped. Year and a half ago it was flipped.
100%. Year and a half ago we had Jericho and Owens, and that was literally it. Like that was pre-Strowman and Roman. Do you remember the Roman thing with Jericho? It was so weird.
Yeah.
And then we had Festival of Friendship, and we were gifted.
It was like Festival of Friendship was the true turning point.
Yeah, that gave us that feud, and then we had the brand. I keep saying I say brand split, but we had our shakeup, aka draft number 2, and
yeah, and I really think it all happened when Lesnar became champion, even though he hasn't really been here. But when he beat Goldberg, I think once Goldberg was out of the situation, it's kind of like how Mahal kind of killed the vibe having the title on SmackDown, and it hasn't recovered yet. I think that Goldberg having the title was killing the vibe of Raw, and we finally got something different where they're still kind of riding the wave. So,
yeah, great.
Oh, absolutely.
So
let's talk about the beginning of Raw, and I think SmackDown. I really don't think that we're going to talk too much about it. I mean,
they gave us our main event of the pay-per-view, pretty much in the main event of SmackDown.
It's awful, but
yeah.
Yeah. So we kicked off Raw with it wasn't Cena first, right? God, I'm crazy right now. Hold on, I'm drawing a blank. What was the first thing?
Survivor is we were just talking about it. Brady is going live right after the show tonight.
Yep. I'll be live tonight for Survivor. So there we go. All right, cool. So we kicked off Raw with that's right. We kicked off Raw with Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
She came out and she basically came out. This is a week after her Stephanie McMahon's apology, and for me it kind of killed it. They as soon as they walked into the ring, Rousey and Stephanie McMahon, they shook hands, and it was like, all right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure they were going.
They're supposed to hate each other. I mean, I can understand the whole you don't know what happened back, behind the scenes over the past week and stuff like that. But WWE traditionally makes it seem like time stops.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm doing an invasion on this podcast.
Really, bro? You show up 20 minutes late and then you interrupt the middle of my sentence? Get this kid, Charlie.
Mean Gene interruption. You know what? Mean Gene saves you there.
So Ronda Rousey kicked off Raw. basically she came out to name her opponent for WrestleMania, and she wanted to wrestle Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie McMahon's like, oh, you can't do that. Triple H is like, no, you can't do that. And Kurt Angle's like, actually, you can, because Stephanie and Triple H apparently have signed 2 contracts. And even though they own the company, they can't overturn the general manager's decision. But so apparently that's how it is. Kurt Angle can make them wrestle anytime he wants. I don't know why he hasn't. I mean, Triple H is good talent. Why hasn't Kurt Angle been having Triple H wrestle?
Yeah, true.
Good point.
I mean, if he's got Triple H under contract this whole time, I mean, he's trying to make the place some money. I would be putting Triple H in a match before Mania, but who knows? So this all boils over. Pretty much the faces, Rousey and Angle, get the beat down on Stephanie and Triple H. I have one thing that I think that they should have done, which is I think they should have saved Ronda getting her hands on Stephanie till WrestleMania. I would have liked Stephanie to just get away every week leading up to Mania, and even halfway through the match at Mania, let the guys do most of the work, which they're going to. And then at the very end, let Rousey finally get Stephanie like tandem ankle locks or something, or like she gets Stephanie in an armbar while Kurt has Triple H in the ankle lock, and that's how they win the match. Something like that. But overall, what'd you think of the segment, Charlie?
It felt big, and I think that's kind of their goal here with Ronda. They want everything she does to feel important, and they made it feel important with this. I would have to say that was kind of one of my biggest takeaways from all this. And I thought, again, this is one of those things, man. On paper, it's like, it's just, it is what it is. But I feel like the promos and Kurt Angle kind of getting serious, because we have not seen Kurt Angle get serious since he was yelling for the SWAT team to get Braun Strowman, which I always thought was kind of goofy. But this didn't come off as goofy, so it was weird for me.
No way that was meant to be serious.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like him yelling.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Let's call the SWAT team. And it just, I thought it was, I thought they did better than it looked on paper. So take that for what you will.
Garrett?
Yeah. What? By the way, 20 minutes in, still the first segment? Really, boys?
Really? Oh, we didn't start 20 minutes. We were waiting on you as long as we could.
You guys can start without me whenever. You know that, right? I've said that on multiple occasions. Anyway. Well, no, I mean, I really don't have a lot to say on this segment. It was just we were expecting this. I mean, really, if we weren't, I don't know what we're saying. Like the next however many weeks till Mania, we're probably going to see this. So it opened the show, which was nice. Instead of having to wait till like however long it was into the show last week.
Oh, agreed. Garrett, do you think that if for some reason, do you think they're still holding out for The Rock, or do you think that they've decided this is the way they're going to go? Do you think they'll pull like a Angle?
I absolutely think if The Rock does like last minute say, hey, I cleared WrestleMania or the hour you need me there for WrestleMania. And, I think the guy could do it if he wanted to. I don't know if he was in any movies that are in production right now, but it's just one day. I can't think that unless he's got like a completely packed schedule, which I'm sure the guy does, he wouldn't be able to squeeze in, and then the guy always says he always likes to, go back to his roots, so. But anyway, yeah, no, I think we're seeing them have faith in Kurt to be the guy, but I think if The Rock does come in last minute, like they could do what you were saying last week about where Angle gets attacked on WrestleMania, and then, who's going to be Ronda's tag team partner? You never know. We'd all know. But,
if they do that, man, I'd want to hear,
dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had
some rumors with Braun, dude, because Braun doesn't have anything on the show right now. Some people think he might beat the Bar single-handedly.
That would be
I think Ellsworth makes a return and wins the tag titles with Braun.
Oh God, please no.
Braun just needs a fill-in, so he finds Ellsworth in the back and they win the titles together. But Ellsworth does nothing.
I feel like that's basically just like a slightly changed storyline from the Rhino Heath Slater stuff, because Rhino could easily just probably run a tag team himself, and he does regularly. So,
It was nice to see Rhonda in the first segment, kind of what Garrett was saying. It was nice to see her up first.
She definitely looks more comfortable every time she's out there.
She sounded nervous when she was going back and forth with Steph, though.
That's true.
She'll get the hang of it. That's her biggest flaw right now. She'll get it.
Yeah.
That's not a knock. I expect her to be. I mean, she's had to, go before press, for UFC events and stuff, but, she's never had to do where she's her own, she's her own advocate on a stage like that. It's
agreed. I mean, I'm a good talker and I teach in front of a class of 70. I can talk in front of a couple hundred people. But you put me in front of 10,000 or however many are in a standard arena, I'd probably freeze the hell up too.
I have actually got an example of that. So I did my student graduation. I spoke at it, and that was a couple 200-300 people or something like that. And I was fine at that. And then when I first went on the radio station that I tell you guys that I go on all the time, that has 6,000 listeners. The first time I sat in that booth and I had to hit the mic and go live and speak. Dude, I was terrified.
Now imagine if everyone that was listening to you had a video feed coming in and they were staring at you while you're
absolutely. Yeah, no, that would be even worse. The problem. I do go live, in the studio up there, but even then, I'm still like, get me off of this.
It's definitely it's
a whole different thing.
So other news. Today I got told that some of the kids call me Mr. Blubber.
What?
Fucking kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a couple of kids today. They think it's funny.
That's
It
rude.
hurts my feelings, man.
That's fucking rude, man.
It is.
Excuse my swearing.
Whatever.
We're not monetized anymore.
I guess.
Who cares?
We said that last week. It's like, who cares about it at this point?
Hey, look, I'm trying to keep it PG in case anyone finds the podcast.
That's true.
But one or two here and there ain't going to bother anybody. And
Right, that's true. That's true. I just won't drop any F-bombs. All right.
Dude, if you would have just said I'm not going to drop an F-bomb. That's what I thought you were going with. I'm not going to lie.
That would have been
Oh, man, if I want to... All right, Asuka faced Nia Jax. Asuka wins, and then Nia Jax cries in the back. Nothing better than a good old monster crying, right, Charlie?
Yeah, they're trying to do the they're trying to get her over face, and I mean, I thought she nailed the performance, to be honest.
No, I agree, but it's like I understand they're trying to get sympathy with all of the fat fans like me. It's like they're trying to get all the little fat girls out there to be sympathetic towards her. Oh, I get bullied for being fat too. But
they're just trying something new with her character. That's kind of what I saw it as. It's definitely different. We can all agree, right? Than what they've been trying to do. The irresistible force. She didn't look irresistible there. She's got a heart.
I mean, Garrett, how come every heel has to be a badass and every baby face has to be the underdog?
Because Brady, if they weren't an underdog, how would you ever have any faith in them not to win? Why would you ever think a heel was going to win if they weren't the underdog? I mean,
what's wrong with rooting for someone that wins? I think that's the issue. Is that people don't root for people.
Do you even watch, Brett? Are you even a wrestling fan, Brady?
I don't know, man. Asuka and Strowman seem to win.
No, I'm kidding. But no, I mean, it is part of being a wrestling fan. We have to kind of just go with this stuff. But yeah, no, it is kind of annoying and repetitive a lot. I literally was saying when I was flipping on Raw this week, because I watched both of them on Tuesday this week because I just didn't feel like watching it on Monday. I'd just done like a shoot up at a pub local here for school, and I was just tired and I didn't feel like watching it. But this week I really did not feel like watching wrestling at all. I was like, if it's gonna be the same stuff.
Like that, though, you're just not in the mood.
Well, I was in the mood for both days this week. I'll be honest. I was digging it. And Tuesday it didn't happen. I'll tell that story when we get there. But the Revival are officially jobbers. Lost to the Bar pretty quick.
Yeah.
The storyline is the Bar have run through everyone on the roster except for the Revival, which they technically already have anyway. The Bar have run through everyone, and now officially the Revival was the last team that stood a hope of beating them, and the Bar beat them quick. So it looks like there's going to be a new team or a new team coming up or a newly formed team. So right now we're going to do a quick debate. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to argue your points apiece. All right, so here we go. Garrett, you are going to root for the storyline of Authors of Pain facing the Bar at WrestleMania. Charlie, you are going to argue the point of the Young Bucks coming over for a one-off at WrestleMania and facing the Bar for the championship. I'll flip a coin real quick. That they have that on the internet, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'd be surprised if they didn't. I'm sure there's an app.
There we go. All right, ready? Charlie, heads or tails?
Tails.
It is tails. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first. But for Garrett, I think. Never mind. They haven't lost yet. I was gonna try and help you out, but see, because the tag team classics for the titles now, and if the Authors of Pain would have lost already, that would definitely have been I was trying to help them out. All right, I'm ready.
All right, you got 1 minute, Charlie. Go ahead.
All right, we got the tweets going back and forth. The Bar, they're very because the Young Bucks' entire shtick right now in Ring of Honor and New Japan is they're the greatest tag team in the world, and the Bar, Sheamus specifically, has been very specific in everything. He says the greatest in the world, and he even uses the hashtag that the Young Bucks use. So Nick, it's either Nick or Matt, quotes the tweet and he's like, "Well, we're open that date," the date being WrestleMania, and the other brother's like, "Yeah, Ring of Honor, can we have the day off?" So they're teasing this. And theoretically, if they were able to do a one-off, I mean, it wouldn't hurt anyone. And they're already going to have the Kenny Omega storyline out of the way. So I don't think it would be who knows? If they do a one-off deal, it's definitely possible, right? And I think we can all agree it'd be the most entertaining match out of any way you put it, because
all right, and that is time. All right, Garrett, you have 1 minute and go.
All right, so the Authors of Pain, they have been hinting at them coming into the main roster on SmackDown, but that is misdirection, my friend. Believe me, that is all they are trying to do. They're trying to get you to think that they're going over there, that they might have possibly been going over there. Then the Bludgeon Brothers are the true BB. We already know that. So why would they come to the main roster? Well, we've already said it. The Bar have no one left to face, and the only team that's had enough experience besides maybe TM61 down in NXT is the Authors of Pain, I would argue, that have the in-ring work that they've put together, and I think they could put together, talk about 2 big brute dudes, come on, or 4 big brute dudes all going up against each other. That's Vince McMahon City right there, brother. I'm telling you, this match is going to happen, and it's not going to be revealed, I don't think, until Mania. I think they're going to say mystery opponent at Mania for the Bar, and then all of a sudden we're just going to hear Paul Ellering come out and be like, reading a new chapter. Maybe it's a new book. We don't know what's going to happen, but I think this is entirely possible. Now, granted, as Charlie said, we don't know that they're not going to go on to.
That is time. I gave you 5 extra seconds too, and just as his internet was acting up on him, he got his minute in.
Yeah.
There we go. Your time's up, Garrett. Sorry, you glitched out a little bit. You got robotic. You got Domo Origato on us.
He's green on my screen. Oh, there he is.
He's good now. He's back. He's back, man.
All right.
It's back in the hizzle. So, there are your 2 arguments. Please put down in chat who you think won, and we'll put it on Twitter. Who knows? Maybe we'll see if we can splice up.
What match would you rather see, Brady?
I would rather see Authors of Pain. That's more my type of match.
I don't think that if they keep this as a mystery and it's the Authors of Pain, dude, they're getting booed out of the building. That babyface. I mean, maybe that's good. Maybe they wanted to be heel on the main roster.
I think the way to do it would be to do the Young Bucks match, have him miraculously go over, and then have Author of Pain come out and squash him out of the whole company the next night.
True. I should have done fact checking.
An interesting point toward the New Japan people, the new Young Bucks, is obviously right now Jericho signed with both. There's not saying that they wouldn't want to bring somebody over in some kind of deal.
I don't think Jericho's in WWE. I don't think he has a contract with them right now.
It says on Wikipedia he's signed to both.
Oh, really?
But that doesn't mean Wikipedia can be wrong.
Well, and on WWE.com, it says he's an active member of SmackDown. So who knows? But
I mean, and they're all independent contractors. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Vince McMahon he's shown this kind of stuff, man. He would do a one-off with them if the money was right and if they agreed to lose. He would do it.
The thing is, how long have Young Bucks been seen as like the best tag team in the world, or at least one of them? Probably like 2 years.
I don't know, man. I ever since I've been watching, they've been that, and maybe a little longer. So I don't know.
I don't know. It takes Vince McMahon a long time to really recognize people outside of his company.
Yeah, he knows them. They're making money. I think that's what he notices too.
That's true. That's true. Goldust faced John Cena. We've never seen this match before. Charlie, why are they burning all these first-time matches, man? This needs to be on a pay-per-view.
Oh, I think, yeah. Would you want to see that? I think it's telling of how much John Cena has been working these past couple weeks. That is awesome for him, right? And yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of the way this match was always gonna go, because they've probably talked about it before. Like, hey, man, we never had a match. I don't see Goldust being here this time next year. So
this strikes me as like, because Cena wasn't on SmackDown. It strikes me as like Cena was able to get Raw free, but not SmackDown, and so like he just ended up like having to have a match, and he was like pumping up his spot on the SmackDown pay-per-view, but on Raw. It was very odd. He was like, I'm going to come out here and say the things that I want to say, and no one can interrupt me, because on SmackDown I'd be interrupted, which was cool and all. Garrett, do you think? Oh, by the way, John Cena won. I didn't say that, but so Garrett, I want to know your opinion. So John Cena was very specific when he came out and said, I'm going to win at Fastlane, and then I want AJ Styles to cash in and make it a triple threat, biggest main event ever at WrestleMania. He didn't really need to say all that. Is this them foreshadowing?
What was the question? Sorry, I kind of lost it.
John Cena talking about how he wants to win the title. He's going to win the title at Fastlane against Styles, and then Styles and Nakamura, he wants Styles to cash in instantly and make it a triple threat at Mania. He didn't really need to say that. Do you think that that's foreshadowing, or do you think they're trying to plant that little seed and that's it?
I mean, it could be. I mean, yeah, you're right. There's no reason to say that unless they're going to do it. I mean, and personally, it's the sound of that. I mean, all three men independent of each other, having matches independently, have had good matches with each other. Cena and Nakamura and Styles, yeah, they've all had good matches with each other independently. So I think, I mean, obviously that's a good combination. I don't know if a triple threat really does the match justice, though, because you're going to lose, obviously, some of the spots between each competitor because you have to cut some of the time, which would be one-on-one, so less offense for everyone. But, I mean, if they gave it time, I mean, it would be probably potentially a really good match.
I think Goldust can still go. But, yeah, anything else you want to add about the match, Charlie, or are you good?
I'm good.
We had Bayley versus Mandy Rose. Bayley won, and the big story, guys, Bayley refused a hug.
Holy hell.
Heel turn of the century. Come to? Like, I don't even know what to think anymore, guys.
My guess is they're trying to show that she's no longer a pushover, and she's noticed that even her best friend has betrayed her. Dude, that thing at the Chamber was brutal, by the way. When she grabbed her hand, they kicked her in the face. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I just think it's funny that the whole storyline is based around Bayley not wanting to hug Sasha Banks anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it feels like what's that show you liked, Charlie? Teenager.
Oh yeah. Secret Life of the American Teenager, man.
There it is. This feels like an episode of The Secret Life of an American Teenager.
Well, it feels so childish because Bayley's gimmick is a hug. So
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Somebody backstage probably thought, oh, man, that's how we'll really tell them. That's how people will really know. She won't hug her.
Right.
Hey, man, a storyline about women not around the title. That's something Road Dogg can't figure out how to do, so.
All right, the next match makes me sad. I'm going to bow out. All right. I couldn't handle what was happening with these poor, beautiful
instruments. This match was a nightmare for you, man.
I know. It was honestly pretty sad. Garrett, you host for this match, man. I'll be back in. I'll be listening. But I'm going to shed a couple tears. So go ahead, man. Symphony of Destruction match. Great song, by the way.
Great name of it.
Yeah. Thanks. By the way, my favorite part of this whole deal was like Corey Graves just couldn't help himself with the Megadeth references. Like that was hilarious. Like and then like Braun Strowman's like little promo having all those. Do what?
I said agreed.
Yeah, like and then Braun Strowman also I think I've seen an interview with some like metal like YouTuber where he interviewed Strowman, and that was one of the bands he said that like he really liked or something. I can't remember, but But yeah, I mean, this was terrible. I mean, even I'm not even a musician. No, the match was good. Watching all of these instruments get destroyed, however, I didn't see the point in that. I mean, I get it. Elias's gimmick is that he's a musician, but did they need to give a bigger man the ability to beat somebody with what they love?
Oh yeah, they did.
And why didn't they just use something that looked like a piano? They can recreate what looks like a piano in 30 seconds. Look, I said I know it's bound out. But dude, you didn't need to use an actual piano.
No, man. Hold on. You had to crush that man's guts. They wanted the real meat. The real piano, brother. Let me tell you something.
He didn't even throw his head through the bass drum.
Dude,
I was impressed that Elias has got a wide range of instruments he can play, though.
I thought this was just a creative match, especially considering the gimmick. Like, it was just, I've never seen anything like this. And I thought a nice little touch I liked was Elias doing his intro and whatnot on all the different instruments. Thought that was pretty goofy. And then when he tried to go in the ring, he started running away. And he met him backstage, picking up the limo. Like, this is I was thoroughly entertained.
It looked like he was actually holding up that car too.
Braun used
I'm sure there was
things.
Yeah. It looked like he set it down. They could have had something assisting him, obviously, but I mean, it looked like he, with his own power, set it back down. Although, like I said,
I definitely think he can lift a car that much because of his world's strongest man background.
Yeah,
I think he was legit doing it.
I mean, obviously he didn't flip an ambulance. Obviously he didn't flip the. What else did he flip? He flipped something else. He probably, we saw him grappling hook down the stage, which was probably rigged. But we can give this one to him. I think he's strong enough. He's a big guy.
All that casting net practice, bro.
Yeah, this was just creative. It was interesting.
It was. They really tried. The creative team tried. I gotta say this should have been on a pay-per-view. Honestly,
I'm kind of surprised it wasn't. And I think we're getting into the next segment now. Is Wyatt the next segment?
Yeah, but hold on just a second. I gotta say, neither of these guys right now look like they're booked for anything at Mania.
Maybe against each other.
Maybe this is what they'll do against each other, but I would have had all of this set up and then had Elias keep getting away. Once again, save the payoff for Mania. And if that's the way they wanted to go, a match against these guys, you put all these instruments out, get people hyped up for, oh my God, is Strowman going to toss a piano on this guy? And then actually let Elias get away. And then Mania, you run back exactly what they did. Oh my God, he's going to get away in the limo again. Then you have Strowman holding up the limo. Because then it means more when he runs him down.
Yep.
My opinion. Agree. So we are into Wyatt, Charlie. He beat Rhino.
Yep. Quick.
In about 3 seconds.
Quick, yeah.
And they had him doing some... Dude, they're changing his character, and they're not doing it over... They're not changing it too much. They're changing it slightly, which is all anyone's been asking for. They've been just change it up a little bit. He's got a cool character. It's just change it a little bit. Sure enough, they did. And then they used Rebby Hardy's video package she put together with the... Yeah,
man. Hey, if you ask the Dirt Sheet writers, they stole that from TNA.
There was TNA footage in there.
Dude, Rebby Hardy came out and said that it was all that she filmed it all.
Yep, that was all her.
That it wasn't TNA, so...
Yeah, it was... This is as broken as it gets, right? I mean, we're going to the Hardy compound. Vanguard 1 was in there. It doesn't get... Did you really think that they were going to do that with the broken character? Bring up
the only
Vanguard
thing we need
1?
is Senor Benjamin.
If we go off their match at Mania with King Maxwell standing tall...
I swear, oh my God. Dude, if they do this at Mania, think about the potential. Although I don't know if I would at Mania. That's what's hard.
That's what they're doing, though. It's going to be the Hardy compound is going to be the next match they have. It's going to be great because the production value TNA could put into it was probably quite a bit, but WWE has way more resources.
A lot of the reports that I've seen from various websites are that Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy have been pushing real hard to just let WWE use their equipment and a couple camera guys and be like, just let us go do it.
Did you hear the pop when he said Hardy compound?
Oh my God, yeah.
Night, man. This character is still over.
It started as soon as he was like, there's only one place to hold this battle. People
so good.
And I I got to say, the only thing that I was thinking about during this whole promo, any guesses, any takers? I'll give you $1 million out of my own money if you can think what I was thinking about during this promo.
Brother Nero.
Nope.
But I don't know.
Bray Wyatt was wearing a shirt with the Kraken on it, and I was thinking of how Sea of Thieves is coming out soon.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that, but that's fair.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. Like, it's going to be good, man. We were saying, like, Charlie, you and I watched the final deletion together.
There was literally a TNA 2-hour episode about Matt Hardy.
That's all it was.
And we watched it in like 360p.
They said, screw it. We were about to. I know. They don't even have. TNA didn't even have HD. It's 2018. They don't have HD. Well, it's 2017 then. But literally, we were saying, imagine. We kept saying over and over again, imagine this with WWE's production quality.
We're going to get it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, they could do this on a Raw.
I'm sorry. I don't trust them. They're going to ruin it. I'll put it out there now. It's going to be awful.
Yeah. I mean, if the House of Horrors is anything to suggest.
Yeah, then, but that wasn't Hardy. So I mean, I'm not going to base.
It was Wyatt.
I still
was 100% Wyatt.
I'm going to let Hardy and Wyatt just go with it. If they just let those two go with it, it will be beautiful.
Would you rather them do this on a Raw or a WrestleMania?
I would rather them do it on YouTube on Matt Hardy's channel.
I feel like the end of a Raw was the best way to do this. Remember, they did all the other stuff on TNA.
I hope that's how they end the go home show to WrestleMania for Raw. I hope they end with Hardy waiting for Wyatt at the compound and Wyatt showing up at the gate.
Oh, that would be great.
I hope that's how they go home.
It needs to be corny.
Yes, absolutely.
And House of Horrors was not corny. Would you agree? That's kind of what it was.
But it was really lame too.
Yeah, but like they try to keep it very serious. I feel like
Wyatt
and Matt Hardy, we're gonna get a poop load of corniness, and
we should be able to laugh through the whole thing.
Yes, that's what we want. We don't want it to be dead serious.
Yeah, that was the problem with the House of Horrors. We never really did not like the production quality of it. There were some stupid moments within the match itself, but it was just way different take what we thought they were going to take. We didn't think they'd let Bray go as dark as he wanted to, and they did. And it was like, I feel uncomfortable, which was the point, but I don't know.
I have much more faith in this than Bray and Randy, especially after the cockroach. I mean, that was post-cockroach thing at Mania, man. Like, there was no hope. It was Road Dogg writing it.
Everything Bray Wyatt has ever done is gold. Change my mind.
There you go.
All right.
The Miz held the, what do you say, 3rd annual Mizzies? It's hard to believe, but I mean, he's been doing it. So, I mean, hey, 3rd annual Mizzies.
Brady, why is it I feel so weird with it? There's been 3 of these. I feel like the second one just happened and now they're doing a 3rd.
I know. Isn't that weird? I mean, think about it. Last year, that was the last. That must have been the one where best supporting cast goes to. It's a tie. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
Yeah,
and Curtis Axel was still in the neck brace and stuff. Like, cool, good times. So he came out. Seth Rollins won an award. Good for him. Kurt Angle won an award against Kurt Angle and Kurt Angle. So that was a really good victory for Kurt. The Miz is great. This led into a match where Finn Balor and Seth Rollins came out and wrestled a 2v3 handicap against Miz and Miz Taraj, but, Miz is the only one that really did anything. Balor and Rollins win. This ends up leading to the announcement of Kurt Angle making this a triple threat at Mania. As far as in-ring, I'm more excited. I mean, AJ Styles Nakamura will be really good, but I honestly think I'm going to look forward to this match the most out of any of them.
Oh, this is going to be elite.
Yeah. Elite. Be the elite.
Look at that.
So Charlie, what do you think about the Mizzies first and foremost? And then it was kind of expected after that, but what do you think about the announcement of the match?
Thought the Mizzies is a great thing for Miz to put on once or twice a year. I was just looking at the dates. So we did it twice in 2016 or 2017, and he's done it once now. So, he'll probably do it again in 2018. It's something that we can laugh at. And I think that's the whole point, It's another side of Miz's character. that's not the yelling and serious one that I don't know. I think it just works well, and he ends up always making something out of it. Because I mean, last time he got Curtis Axel getting a chance. Shit. Then the match, the triple threat, that's going to be. If some of these matches keep lining up, man, we're in for a good wrestling night. So,
Oh yeah.
definitely. And you know these buildups are going to be sick. Miz can do anything. And with this new Rollins character, and then Finn Balor has the club. So, I mean, I don't know what they're going to end up doing with Balor. That's still kind of a mystery. So,
Having him eat the pin? I don't know. Probably. Really? I mean, really. If Rollins is going to win, it'll probably be Balor that eats the pin, not the Miz. But I mean,
well, Miz is going to be gone. So, right? Theoretically.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've said anything about it or if there's any reports, but I remember him saying his daughter's due around then. So,
yeah, so maybe he is going
Do
to
they keep the title on him though, just to make sure he? I still think I would rather him be off TV, considering Roman's going to win the championship. I would rather Miz be off TV, let Roman carry it for a little while. That way, Miz can keep his title streak. But
yeah. Oh, another thing is when he loses it, the next time he wins it, which when he'll come back, he'll win it, right? That would have 9 reigns then. So that would be tied with Jericho because right now he has 8.
Oh,
So-
wait, no, wait. We're talking about him dropping this, but if he doesn't make it and defend at WrestleMania, he doesn't break the record.
As in,
The longest reign. Apparently, they were saying he's going to break it, even though Honky Tonk Man, I'm pretty sure, held the belt for like 25 years.
no, yeah, not the longest reign. It would be the most combined days. Right now he's at 567,
Oh,
and the record's 619.
well, see, what is the man? They got so many records.
The longest reign, I'm pretty sure, is Honky Tonk Man at let me double check.
It's got to be like, well, he had that belt, I feel like, for more than a year.
He had it for 454 days.
Yeah, more than a year. Yeah, I was right. So, yeah, I mean, that's how long has he had the belt for
that's
currently?
better than 434.
Who, Miz? How long has he had it for currently?
Yeah, like on this reign.
44 days.
I was going to say, yes,
So-
he just won it. So
Yeah, if they're gonna do that, they're gonna do it when they don't have anyone they want in that spot.
yeah, this was expected. It'll be a good match.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman got Heidi'd. You guys know what I mean by that? Anyone? Anyone get the reference?
Nope.
You guys don't know about the Heidi game?
Nope.
Oh,
Apparently not.
so there was a football game between the Jets and the Raiders back in the 60s that the Raiders were down by like 2 touchdowns with like a minute left, and they had this miraculous comeback, and nobody saw it because at the top of the hour, and now this is why football games go all the way to the end no matter what, because of this one game, because all the TV stations that were carrying the football game cut away to show the movie Heidi. And then, so everyone went to bed thinking that the Jets won, and all of a sudden they wake up and the Raiders won. Because the TV just never showed it. So
Yeah. So did he actually get cut off on the end of the hour?
absolutely.
So that wasn't my recording not being long enough. That was just they cut him off while he was talking.
Yep.
That's
My
the
recording
station,
has
and
that
that's
too.
crap.
Yeah, because Sling TV thought that the show was over when it cut to another show. So whoever runs it cut it with like, okay, cool, it's over.
So there's multiple stations. So it was TV networks and separate providers. That is just
Mine
wow.
went through. I watched him with Roman and stuff.
Maybe we don't have our set to record as long. I mean, you can reset it to go like 20 minutes over or 30 minutes over, but that just makes a really long recording, you know?
Mine doesn't have that option. It just
But I do, but like it's like you have like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then 30. And so like you're like, I don't want to record 30 extra minutes. That's a lot of space on my thing, you know?
right. Sling TV just notices when it's off. So it went off to Paul Heyman was out there cutting a promo saying, Roman, I'll see you on he basically came out saying Brock's not too happy about the comments. He comes, lays the title down in the middle of the ring, says Brock Lesnar allows him to put his hands on the title. The championship belongs to Brock Lesnar. It's not a belt. It's not a strap, stuff like that. He says he's number one, that Brock Lesnar is number one. And, yeah. And then Roman comes out and it cuts away to Biggie Smalls.
Really?
So I'm like, all right, random. So it cuts away to Biggie Smalls. I'm like, cool, it's over. All of a sudden, I look yesterday, and Roman came out and confronted him about everything. What? Sorry, it cut away before. For me, it cut away before Roman even came out.
I didn't even know Roman came out either.
Exactly.
You're still talking.
So it cut away after Heyman was talking. Heyman got hided, and then all of a sudden, come to find out, Roman came out and confronted him. So I didn't get to see any of the Roman confrontation, but I watched it back after because I was like, okay, maybe it's like one of those like WWE.com exclusives or something. But then apparently after like 30 seconds of watching Biggie Smalls in the new show, they cut back into Raw, and then Roman all of a sudden was in the ring. And he's basically said, you tell Brock Lesnar to come ready for a fight. I'm sorry, if you want to send a message, he would have popped Paul Heyman right in the mouth, pulled a Samoa Joe. That's why we cared about that feud. You should have punched him right in the face.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, I agree. And granted, though, I kind of want that to be Samoa Joe's thing that he did. I want that to be the defining thing and the biggest feud he's had. But I mean, at the same time, it does make sense. Roman's on that level of, I don't care. I'm just going to do what I want. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if they want to build tension, if they want Brock to have any reason other than just this is my competitor, you got to do something.
Yeah, Charlie?
Certainly not turn off the show.
Yeah. I mean, they're just I feel they're just setting up them to meet next week. And hopefully it's something better than the tug of war with the title. Right?
Yeah. So we've got about 2 minutes left to talk about SmackDown. I think that's all we need.
Yeah.
Agreed. Highlights of SmackDown. Absolutely nothing. We're getting other than the announcement, we're getting Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Fastlane, which should be a good match. Other than that, Ruby Riott cut a promo. A lot of the same old, and we basically had the main event, or not even basically, we had the main event of Fastlane minus John Cena, who couldn't be there, as the main event of the show. Charlie, is that not the laziest thing of maybe they've ever done?
SmackDown was proof of completely lazy booking. They have no idea what they're doing. They have so much talent, and they just every week you wonder if it can get worse, and it does. I'm scared.
It's obvious Road Dogg doesn't care about the product, right?
There's no way, dude. With the idea of putting your most over guy in Rusev, because Rusev Day gets chants everywhere. It's getting chanted at ROH, and it is the biggest chant in the company. So theoretically, he's the most over in the company. So what do? Put him against the biggest babyface going for the title at Mania. It is
because they figure, well, there's no way people will root for Rusev over Nakamura. This will show them,
Yeah, there's going to be Rusev Day chants throughout that match.
You know what's going to happen? Shinsuke is going to end up becoming the heel. Shinsuke is going to be the bad guy.
He'll probably get booed when he beats him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, man. I'm not one for, I don't know. They need to change writers. He needs to not be the head writer.
They need to fire everyone that's writing on that show.
I don't know.
Fire me. I can write.
There's literally not one good thing on the show.
Ryan Ward was the head writer, and SmackDown was great. They changed it to Road Dogg after the shakeup, and it's been, I don't know. I don't want to blame one guy, but it's really hard not to.
Agreed. Garrett?
Yeah, I mean, Becky and Carmella put on a good match. They had Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. I mean,
yeah, they had Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, which he threw into Bobby Roode, and it's obvious that at Fastlane it's going to be Roode and Orton ending in a schmozzy finish, leading to a triple threat of Mania that no one cares about.
I mean, there was nothing on this show, basically. I mean, there was 5 segments. Yeah, 5 segments. None of them were worth anything.
I hate to be this negative, but really.
No.
What did any of this add?
I'm sure anyone who watches wrestling right now would agree. There is no point in watching SmackDown Live right now. And you would not have heard any of us say that this time last year. That's a fact.
And And to sum it all up, I enjoyed Raw Monday night. Tuesday, I was ready. I had food already. I said, all right, I'm going to lay down on the couch. I'm going to watch some SmackDown. I'm going to be great. I watched the first segment. At 8:10, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I woke up after it at about 10:15 to the next show being on. Looked to see what else went on. Said it is not worth my time. Went to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and it sucks because I literally still take notes, on these shows because I do a weekly feature on the radio station about wrestling, so I have to have notes to reference when I go in to write my stories, So this gives me nothing to talk about from SmackDown. I don't know what I'm going to do.
we would prefer if it was a great show. It'd give us more to talk about.
Absolutely. We could go. We go an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes when we have two really solid wrestling shows.
It's a shame how bad SmackDown is right now. It's a shame. So we touched on Rousey, we touched on the Young Bucks, and we touched on a great Raw, terrible SmackDown.
I'm gonna give Raw B+. I think it was pretty good. They advanced some stuff, and I'm gonna give SmackDown an F. There's no way you can give it anything other than an F.
Yeah, SmackDown's ungradable for us.
Garrett, what do you give Raw?
I'm giving Raw. You know what? Honestly, there was some really good stuff on Raw. I think The Miz really sold the show for me. I'm giving it an A-. I'm not even going to go to the B's. I'm giving it. It was a good show.
Here you go, Charlie.
I'm gonna go A.
There you go.
A-. I'll agree.
Okay.
There's some stuff I skipped through.
I was about to say
Cena and Goldust wasn't.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one part of the show where you're like, Cena was good, but
yeah. But yeah, man, I'm about to watch Survivor. Sling TV is like a minute behind, so I shouldn't miss too much. And then I will be live in about an hour. And
Nice.
if you guys want to tune in, then you can. If not, then I'll smell you later. And make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click the little bell so you know when we go live. Follow us on Twitter. I'll be tweeting about the show while we go as well. So if you want to see my opinions and you can't make the show at 9, podcast in an hour, maybe just look there.
Check.
Anyway, until next time, guys. See ya.